Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praises to the true and the only living powers, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash, the boldest and the elders and the apostles of the millstone. Peace and blessings be to all the Akim now pushing this work. This is Siri, shalom. This is going to be another day of camp to prophesy the downfall of America, which has many code names in the scriptures such as Babylon the Great, Idumea, Assyria, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, and so on and so forth. Alright, but with this camp lesson, I'm going to be dealing with news and prophecy, man. And that's ultimately the main thing that we should be speaking about in these times anyway, man, because when you read the book of Revelation, 19th chapter, Yahweh Shai said what, man? The testimony of Yahweh Shai is a spirit of prophecy, man. Right? And when you turn on the news, that's all you've been seeing taking place, man, is prophecy. Then you got tension between Israel and Gaza, that's increasing to the point where they blowing each other up, man, with rockets and shit. You know, it's said that I think like 205 people in Gaza alone, Gaza has been put to death by Israel shooting rockets over them, man. And I've been even seeing, you know, pictures of little ass kids blown up, man. Right? So that itself is gonna lead to World War III. And you even had one of those leaders in the United Nations speak about how that's going to eventually lead to World War III. And he was basically telling them to chill out, man. Right? And World War III is prophesied in the scriptures. There ain't shit you can do to prevent that from happening, man. Right? Then you also got the fuel shortage, as they say here in the South and also throughout the East Coast, man. And that itself is going to lead to prophecy being unfolded, man. Like you got 2nd Ezra 15th chapter there, that's got to come to pass. And the fuel shortage, that's going to eventually lead to that, because I did a lesson yesterday on what would happen if the truck stopped, and I'm actually pulled back up the article, right? Because that's major, man. Right? Once these trucks stop, America gonna stop, man. You ain't gonna have food being brought to the grocery stores, and you damn sure not gonna have fuel, because fuel such as oil and gas, that's brought to these different 7-Elevens and Walmarts and all these different gas stations by the way of trucks, man. Right? And if trucks don't have fuel, guess what? They can't move. And if they can't move, groceries don't be brought into grocery stores, man. And that's going to lead to a famine, and the famine is going to lead to people upward, man, and starting to commit violence. All right. So I want to get into that real quick. Let's get this this article that I brought out yesterday in this lesson. It says, "What would happen if trucks stop?" Right, and you got brothers that actually work got drive them big rigs, man, the trucks and shit. Right, like the head bro in L.A., Milwaukee side, he drives them, man. Right, and he said how it works is, basically the trucks, they go pick up, you know what I'm saying, the ports, man. Right, you got different ports set out throughout the United States receiving goods. Right, the trucks, they go out there and pick those up. Right, and from there, they take them to warehouses, man. Right, and I used to work in a warehouse, and they getting product all damn day, man. Right, product all day. And then from there, you have these different companies like Walmart's and, you know, your Market Streets and Costco's and different things of that nature, sending orders. Then they'll have a truck go out there and basically pick up their goods and bring them back, man. But what's going to happen when that shit not happen? It's going to be a famine. A man-made famine at that, but the Heavenly Father is using these elites to cause it, man. That's why you have Bill Gates buying up all the farmland and stuff like that. That's why last year, in the year 2020, they was forcing all the farmers to dump out they harvesting shit, man. Like tomatoes and all that type of stuff, man. Killing off they livestock, right? Because they're going to cause a man-made famine. But as it's written in the book of Proverbs, let me grab it real quick. Proverbs 21:1, and it reads, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." And I used this analogy before. Or if you think of a remote control car, or even think about an Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. That character that you're playing with, it don't move unless you do what, man? Unless you control it, man. It don't just move on its own, man. It's the same thing with the mind of these elites, man. The Heavenly Father is stirring up their minds, right, and programming them to do certain things to bring forth prophecy to pass, man. Right? Because you can also read that in the book of Job, man. While you sleeping, Yahweh Shah sends an angel down to basically write in your sow in instruction in your inward parts, roughly paraphrasing. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. right, Con. This is the book of Job 33 and verse 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, and sluggers upon the bed, right, when you're sleeping. Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, Salakia, and hide pride from men. Right, and that was the point of that. Right, so what Yahweh Shemashah does is, when you're sleeping, he'll send an angel down to basically showing you your instruction on what you're gonna do the next day. So what these elites are doing, their agenda, the Heavenly Father is making them do that to bring forth prophecy, man. All right, so now let's get back to this this article that I got pulled up. All right, so the name of the article is "What Would Happen If Trucks Stopped?" It says truck drivers are one of the most important jobs out there. NCB appreciates our drivers' commitment to the trucking industry and understands how crucial it is that our trucks run every day, right? And trucking, that's a very crucial job because that's the backbone of America, man. Right? That's how the American economy functions properly, so to speak, man. Without trucks, the American economy wouldn't be shit, man. So that's why it's a critical job, man. All right, because now today, people don't grow their own food and different things of that nature, man. Right? You have farmers, but for the most part, people, they rely on the government to provide them with food, man. All right? So that's why trucking is critical, man. It says, recently we found a great infographic exploring what would happen if trucks stopped. Many people outside of the trucking industry do not think about where all their goods come from and the severe situation that will result from truck stopping. Right? Because the average American, they dumb as shit. They don't pay attention to anything. All they worried about is just how it goes some of this, how it goes some of that. Right? What bitch I'ma fuck next? That's all the minds of these people are, man. Right? Prospering, man. Right? They don't actually consider, damn, what would happen if the truck stopped? Right? In order to, you should be considering getting right with Yahweh Shemashah if you're a Negro, Latino, Native American, man. Right? Because even if the trucks do stop, the servants of Yahweh Shemashah are gonna be taken care of, man. Because when you read Isaiah 65 and 13, the Lord said, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. When trucks ain't bringing in any more food, ain't shit out here to eat. Not even a piece of pizza, man. The servants of Yahweh Shemashah are going to be taken care of, man. And that's why you brothers in this truth, man, and also you Aquat as well, have an optimistic mindset, right? When you go to the word optimistic, it means you believe that there's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a better situation out of any situation that you can be put in, even if it results in your life can be possibly being taken away, man. And that's the spirit, because you got a truck hauling in fuel, man. All right? But calm, man. And most of you people, y'all getting ready to face starvation, man, which is a horrible way to go out. All right? But it says, according to the article, if trucks were stopped for 24 hours, hospitals will run out of basic supplies. And you got the majority of these people, they rely on these hospitals to supply with medication and different things of that nature. But us brothers in this truth, as well as you Aqua, hey, we got knowledge in the herds, man. Because when you read the book of Sirach, the 39th chapter, I think it's 39, the Lord said that the medicines of the earth are our medicine, roughly paraphrasing. Right? We don't go and take Esau's witchcraft, man, which is his fucking pills, man. That's all it is, man. Esau, the biggest dope dealer out of anybody, man. Right? You got these local Walgreens and stuff like that. That's Esau junkie houses, man. Right? And you people, y'all rely on them, man. And I got family members, they rely on taking pain pills and shit like that to ease up the pain, man. All you gotta do is take care of your body, ultimately be right with Yahweh Shemashah, and eat right, work out and shit, and you be good, man. But people in the world, they don't think like that, man. Right? All they think about doing is going to the so-called white men to get their pain pills, right? Full-blown junkies, man. So you can just imagine how it's gonna be out here when trucks ain't bringing in, because that's another thing, man. Trucks bring in medical supplies, so to speak, your pills and different things of that nature, man. So you people, y'all gonna be having withdrawals like a motherfucker whenever it go down, man. All right? Especially you niggas that smoke weed, man. Y'all gonna be the main ones. All right? It says hospitals will run out of basic supplies. That mean a whole lot of people be dying too, man. All right? U.S. mail and other package delivery will cease from within one day, Salakia. Food shortages will begin to develop, right? It will start to happen. And there's another, there was something else, another article that went into how, like, within 3 days, these damn grocery stores, they will become empty, man. because you'll have not only the trucks not bringing in food, but you'll have people going and looting that shit up, man. You watch like what is it? World War Z. World War Z, that show you that, man. It show you how people was just going there bugging out, taking all that shit, man. Also Greenland, all that, man. All right, those are all prophetic movies, so to speak. Esau, he don't come up with the concept of these movies just out of nowhere. He don't just pull it out his ass, man. All right, he get it from the scriptures, man. All right. It says food shortages will begin to develop and automobile fuel would dwindle. Right? Automobile fuel, your gas, your oil, different things of that nature, man. Right? So everything that's being brought in, all your goods, your basic necessities in life, that's all brought in by trucks, man. All right? It says leading to high prices and long lines at gas pumps. Hyperinflation, that's exactly what's happening right now, man. Hyperinflation. And I'll get the definition for that word hyperinflation real fast. Just for edification's sake. I didn't even speak on it. All right, but this is the definition of hyperinflation. It says in economics, hyperinflation is very high and typically accelerating inflation. It quickly erodes the real value of the local currency as the prices of all goods increase. And that's what you see happening right now. You know, here in Texas, I keep making mention of it, but this is major news, man. Right here in Texas, it's gonna go to $4 a gallon. California 6, and you got certain other parts of the United States like the East Coast, that's gonna go up higher and higher, man. And this shit gonna continue to increase, man, because this is ultimately the goal of the elites, man, the top elite banking families, man. Right? They want hyperinflation to take place so that there be upward of the people, right? And if there's upward of the people, they bring in martial law. They bring in martial law, they start forcing the New World Order, man, right? Which is the MOB, Revelation of the 13th chapter and the 16th verse on down, man. All right. So you can see it all unfolding, man. It's all coming to light, man. Right? So if you're listening to the video, you know, this is your first time hearing, hey, the scripture says in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, it's high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than what we believe. And you can really kind of feel it, man. Like brother said, you can damn near even taste it, man. All right, your Howard Shot can come back this year, man. Right? But dealing with that word hyperinflation, it means the increase of, value of goods, man. Right, so once trucks start bringing in goods, the price of things are gonna start increasing, man. Right, and if they start increasing like you see out there in Colombia, hey, they upward, man. And then like, hey, it might start raining slocky, but upward of the people, man. All right, and once upwards of the people hit in America, that shit gonna get bad, man, because there's over 390 million guns in America alone, man, plus the ones that aren't even registered. Right, so it's gonna get bad out here, man. And I just seen that nigga Lil Reese, a Chicago rapper. They say he got shot 9 times, but it looked like he got beat up a little bit though. But he was slumped in the bitch, man. And I ain't gonna. It was kind of gruesome. One of the brothers said they couldn't even really watch the whole thing because it looked like dude's spirit was about to leave his body, man. Wait until shit hit the fan in America. It's gonna be bad, man. All right. It says in 2 to 3 days, conditions would escalate even further, right? It's gonna get worse, man. If trucks were stopped for a few days, service stations would completely run out of fuel. Just for a few days of trucks not bringing in fuel, man. Right? So that means gas stations ain't gonna be no more none of that, man. Right? And you watch these movies, you see people, they try to run other people off the roads and shit to take their fuel, man. Right? See, Esau, he knows what the prophecy's about, man. He knows what's about to happen in the near future, man. Alright. It says service stations will completely run out of fuel, ATMs will run out of cash, and banks will be unable to process transactions, which that shit's gonna be irrelevant, man. Right? Because the American dollar already collapsed. And that's the plan of the elites, man. Right? They're gonna collapse the dollar so they can bring in that RFID microchip, man. Right? Which is their New World Order. Alright? So that money and shit, that's irrelevant, man. Right? Like you I don't know if you brothers have seen in Venezuela, but out there, they money just out in the streets and shit. That's how it's gonna be here, right? Like you see, like that movie 28 Days Later, how you got paper just everywhere, man. That's how money gonna be here, man. That shit is gonna be irrelevant, man. It just matters now because right now the society is still functioning off of, the American dollar. But once it don't, that shit gonna be irrelevant, man. Right? It's gonna be about can of beans and gasoline and different things of that nature, man. All right. It says supplies of essential food and water will disappear. I ain't gonna be no more, man. And that's why it's gonna take a miracle in these last days for the elect to basically be protected, man. And the Lord is gonna protect us, man. Because Job the 5th chapter speaks about how we gonna survive the famine. You know what I'm saying? We gonna escape from the sword, all that shit, man. While you people out here catching, holy hell, man. It says, and garbage will start piling up in urban and suburban areas, which is ultimately gonna lead to pestilence, man. Not to mention that you got all these people taking the goddamn C19 potion, man. You know what I'm saying? You a walking virus now, man. You a walking virus, man. Right? But garbage and all that, people gonna be throwing boo-boo after they went. Hey, that's gonna lead to pestilence, man, diseases. Then you're gonna have the dead bodies and shit. Right? Nahum the 3rd chapter speaks about how there was no end of the corpses, right? The dead should be cast out like dung, man. Like boo-boo. You see these farms, when them farmers, they raking up all that boo-boo. I don't want to use, shit. I'm gonna just put it like that. It's just piled up, man. They not doing nothing. It's just piled up. That's how you people gonna be out here, man. All right. Well, it says by the 4th week of trucks stopping, the nation's clean water supply will be completely exhausted. Trucks are not just needed to deliver packages like many people think, but they are truly essential to living the way we do today, right? Living comfortably, man. Being able to go to the grocery stores, being able to, just live comfortably, man. Once the truck stop, all that shit gonna come to an end, man. Right? It says always remember to thank your truck drivers, as it can be a difficult. All right, that was the point on that. All right, so now I can grab this other article that I got planned to pull out, and I brought this out before as well, man. But this is also relevant in the times that we're living in, man, because the society gonna go to shit whenever there's a famine, man. And there's prophecy in the Bible that there's gonna be a famine. All right, and it's gonna be a bad one. Like you read Second Kings the 6th chapter. 2 Kings the 6th chapter. There was a famine in the land of Samaria, right, with the northern kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. And the famine was so damn bad that you had people, selling the head of asses, donkeys for food, man. Right, eating bird shit, right? Even eating their own children. It's gonna get to that point back out here, man. All right. And you got these Americans, they gluttons, man. Don't get me wrong, I love to eat, man. I'm pretty sure all of us brothers love to eat, man. But you got these people, they go out to eat 3-4 times a day. I seen this one Eve on TikTok. She did like a little, I don't know what to call it, like a little vlog on all the times, all the meals that she eats in a day, and that shit was ridiculous, man. Right, the most of course I eat snacks and shit like that, but the most I eat about throughout the day, meal-wise, is 2. I eat some shit when I wake up, then I'll eat a meal later on at night. But throughout the day I'll snack a little bit. But hey, these people out here, they gluttons, man. They all obese, man. So it's really gonna hit them, whenever there's a famine, man. All right. All right. So this is a statement made by Alfred Henry Lewis. He said there were only 9 meals between mankind and anarchy. Right? Anarchy, like I did a camp lesson last week. The definition for that word anarchy, it means, a state of complete lawlessness, right? A state of complete lawlessness. All right. It says since then his observation has been echoed by people as desperate as Robert Heinlein and Leon Trotsky. The key here is that unlike all other commodities, food is the one essential that cannot be postponed. Let me get the definition for that word postpone real quick. Oh, okay, postponed, to put off, delay, right, to put back, right, to hold, in other words, man. right? So food, that's the one thing out of everything else that cannot be held back, man. All right, and it's gonna stay wild here in a second. All right, pull it up. It says the key. Okay, Con. The key here is that unlike all other commodities, food is the one essential that cannot be postponed. If there were a shortage of, say, shoes, we can make do for months or even years, right? Because you can make damn near anything out of shoes, man. All right, or make shoes out of anything, Slovakia, right? Leaves, whatever, man. Different, fabric or whatever, man. All right. It says a shortage of gasoline will be worse, right? And that's exactly what's happening right now, man. Right, in which there really not a shortage of gasoline, but they got the minds of these people. These people are so damn stupid that they gonna do whatever the government tell them to do, man. If we tell them that there's a shortage of something, guess what they gonna do, man? They gonna start buying up every goddamn thing, man. Just like how they did back at the beginning of the pandemic, right? Buying up all the toilet paper, all that, man. Right, and that's what you see happening right now. They buying up all the damn gasoline, man. Right, which hey, continue to do it. Right, continue to do it, man. Because you do that, the quicker this shit go down, man. All right. So I ain't mad at you. Continue to buy up all the gasoline. All right. It says through mass transport, even walking if necessary. But food is different. Oh, I want to touch on this too because without gasoline, your car can't move. So say if somebody does have a vehicle out here, man, a way of transportation, they gonna be a target, man. Right? These movies, they show you itself, man. Right? If these people out here, they got guns and all that, and they see you got a car, guess what? Hey, you better hope they don't kill you over that goddamn car, man. All right? Shit, even a horse. Here in Texas, that's a big thing, horses and shit, man. Or in the South, just in general. All right? It says, but food is different. If there were an interruption in the supply of food, fear was set in immediately. Right? You have people that start to panic, man. Right? Because people, they can't go a whole day without even eating, man. Right? People, they get all mad and shit. Don't get me wrong, though. When you going on a fast, you kind of be like, damn. But I can go a cool day without eating. That shit easy, man. All right? But these regular people out here can't, man. All right? Fear was set in immediately. They'll start to panic, man. Oh shit, there ain't food in the grocery stores. How the fuck I'm gonna feed my kids? That's what they're gonna start thinking about, man. All right. It says, and if the resumption of the food supply were uncertain, the fear would become pronounced. After only 9 missed meals, it's not unlikely that we panic and be prepared to commit a crime to acquire our food. Second is the 15th chapter, man. Right? And the scripture also speaks about how the love of many shall wax cold, man. Well, you can have people out here being cold-hearted, man, towards their own people, man, their own family, their own blood, man. Because the script, like like the commercial, you when you're hungry, right? And they gave dude a Snicker, and his move was cool. Once these people go hungry, man, it's over, man. They gonna panic, and if they know that somebody else got food, they're gonna be willing to even put them to death, man. That's how cold-hearted this shit is gonna become, man. All right. It says if we were to see our neighbor with a loaf of bread, if we own a gun, which the majority of the people here do, we might well say, I'm sorry, you're a good neighbor, and we've been friends for years. My children haven't eaten today. I have to have that bread, even if I have to shoot you. People gonna be cold-hearted, man. Right? I want to pull out the scripture real quick. Let me see, I'm gonna have to look it up. What is it? There. All right, come. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and 24. As a matter of fact, I started at 22. All right, Khan. It says, and certainly shall the sown places appear unsown. Right, speaking about your businesses, your Costco's, your Walgreens, your Walmarts, so on and so forth. The full storehouse is the same thing, shall suddenly be found empty. Right? Why? Because people gonna start looting, man. People gonna start looting, taking whatever the hell they want, man. All right. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies. Right? Going back to that article, man. Right? It says you may even start contemplating on committing a crime against your neighbor, man, that you've known for 20 years, man. It's gonna get to that point out here because it's Bible prophecy, man. Right? And friends shall fight like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. Why? Because of the time that we're coming into, man. The time of Jacob's trouble. Alright? It says, the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they should not run. Alright, and that was the point of that. Alright, so now let's go back to the article. And it says, I started this. It says, if there were a month where significant inflation took place, say 3%, all profits will be lost for the month, both for suppliers and retailers, but goods could still be replaced and sold for a higher price next month. And that's ultimately what it's going to lead to, because it was a brother, you know, shout out to Shopping, man. You know, if you're watching this, hey, Shalom, man. You know, he actually posted percentage on let me try to pull it up real quick. He actually sent this in a group chat. Try to pull it up. I can't even find it. Oh, there it is. All right, it says still. Right, they're rising higher and higher. And you had the brother Muatazak, the head bro in LA. He actually made mention of this. I think it was yesterday or the other day. He said that, you know, because he makes deliveries and shit with these trucks. He said that this one car shop that he was making deliveries to, he said they bought a whole bunch of stuff because the next day or the next week, the price of that was going to increase, man. Right, but it says steel plus 145%, lumber 126%. That's how much it's increasing. Oil 80%, soybeans 71%, corn 69%, copper 50%, silver 38%, cotton 35%, coffee 34%, wheat 25%, FAO food index 25%, cattle 21%, Bitcoin. You got a lot of people that are investing in Bitcoin. That was 470%. 23 stock market 23%, home values 8, hourly wages plus 5%, money supply up 24%, reported inflation plus 1%, man. So as you see, that's taking place right now, man. And as it says, if there were a month where significant inflation took place, say 3%, all profits will be lost for the month for most suppliers and retailers, but goods will be replaced and sold for a higher price. Right, so don't be surprised if you go to the grocery store and you see a pack of steak for $40, man. Ain't no telling how high that shit gonna jump up to, man. Right, but it's coming. Right, it says, but goods can still be replaced and sold for a higher price next month. But if there were 3 or more consecutive months of inflation, which is it's gonna get to that point, the industry will be unable to bridge the gap, even if better conditions were expected to develop in future months. Right, and I'm gonna stop right there because I pretty much, hit the nail on this joint, man. But hey, man, as you see, shit is eventually gonna hit the fan, man. That's the time that we're living in, man. And all the one right desire shit, it's this summer, man. Right, because it's said to be a lot of things taking place in the summer. All right. So now let me grab the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, because that's what this automatically made me think about. Right, when I started reading into these different articles and paying attention to the news, man. Right, shit is bound to hit the fan, man, and we in that time, man. All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra 15, and 1 it says, behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in their mouth, said the Lord. And that's exactly what we're doing, man. Right, brothers are constantly going into articles, right, touching on different news, right, different things and filtering it through the prophecies, man. We constantly warning you about these things, man. All right. And we jump to verse 5. It says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right? Famine, hey, that's when the verge of breaking out, man. All right? So now let's jump to 14. Or Slakia. 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right? Why is Jacob led as a flock to the slaughter? Because they put their trust in the system, man. Instead of getting right with Yahweh Shema Shai and putting your trust in him, man, because he's the only one that can deliver you from famine. I don't give a damn how many guns you got, how much money you got, that can't deliver you from a famine when the dollar collapses. Right? The only thing that can is who? Yahweh Shema Shai, because he has power and control over all these things that he's bringing, man. Alright? So Jacob's led as a flock to the slaughter because they put their trust in the so-called white man, Esau Edom. He's just he's a mortal man. Alright? It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch that arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Right? You can read the plagues of Egypt in the book of Exodus, man. I think starting from 10 or 11, Salakia. You know, I can't remember which one. But one of the plagues was famine, man. Right? You had the darkness. Right? You can't forget about the EMP strikes. Right? It can be EMP strike, or they can just shut off the grid, man. Right? That's coming too, man. And when that happened, you know, say if you in the winter, we seen a little bit of that. Shit. At the, what was it? Damn, I think it was in January. Right? I think it was, or maybe in November. I can't remember, man. Right? But a couple months ago, you had that storm here in Texas and also throughout the South, man. Right? And people was there, it was freezing to death and shit, man. Alright? So when they shut off the lights, that's gonna be bad too. You niggas, if it's sunny in the summer, you're gonna be burning the fuck up, man. Alright? It says, Egypt shall mourn, which is America, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn. Why? Because they're not going to be basically reaping any harvest, man. They're not going to be getting any, their fruit and things of that nature, man. Right? It says, for their seeds shall fail through the blast and hell, and with a fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, and that's what's coming, man. All right, and you're gonna have these Americans, man, rising up against each other, fighting against each other. Man, you can also read that in the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter, man. All right, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Right, they're gonna be kicking in each other's doors, right? You know, stealing each other's shit. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city,